And it was at that event that we realized I'd held on to this little bullied girl for 40 years. And I allowed it to sabotage me. I allowed it to cause me to hesitate, to shrink back. And so I became that grief coach. And then over time, I had some more certifications. I'm now a health and wellness coach, a holistic cancer coach, business coach. And I can work with anybody in most situations.
Or a Whitney Houston or a Mariah Carey, someone like that. They're very good at showing people how fabulous they are. You know, look how high I can sing. How many notes can I do in this one phrase? How many vocal gymnastics can I throw at you and show you how wonderful I am? You know, it's all about being that perfect, amazing feat of engineering that is skill and talent. It's a look at me mentality. But I realized I was not about look at me. I was about how can I fix me? How can I feel better about me? How can I be fully self-expressed and feel good about myself?
And all of a sudden, okay, you can say, oh, today just 5 minutes, tomorrow maybe 10 minutes, right? So, and then all of a sudden, like, wow, you actually can also be more compassionate to yourself, empathize, and say, okay, this is my small victory. It's so important not just to be so self-criticizing and self-judgmental, but also like, you know, oh, wow, cherish yourself and said, look what we have done. I've never done that before, but actually I'm doing great. I started it.
I mean, there's several, you know, obviously my mom had a huge impact in my life. She was a single parent raising me. And for good or bad, she always told me to do your best, right? And so whether it was my grades, whether it was anything I was doing, just do your best. And so, you know, if I got a B, if I got a C, you know, as long as I did my best, that was okay. But the challenge sometimes with that becomes questioning myself whether my best was really good enough. And so I tend to push myself a lot.
Oh my goodness. So I have so much in my life. Like, I swear my life could be a Lifetime movie because it's so crazy, the things that we've gone through in life. But I don't know, something about, I was just sitting there trying to figure out what I wanted to write, and whenever you're at home with your kids all the time, they just they ran in and my daughter goes, "Mom, what are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm writing." And she goes, "Well, what are you gonna write about?" And I was like, "I don't know yet. I'm trying to figure that out." And she goes, "Why don't you write about me?" And I was like, "You know what?"
Tell you that in writing this chapter, I had to deal with the issues of my growing up. I came from a very competitive family. And I actually did feel like I was the black sheep in the family, believe it or not. And so there was a lot of pressure on me to perform. And I wasn't as good as my siblings. And so I felt, you know, I struggled. I actually did struggle.
You know, for me, I experienced so much, you know, call it, you know, inner pain, despair, hopelessness at a very young age, you know, struggling with, you know, everything from isolation to substance addiction. And I've found tools, real tools that work, you know, and that completely flipped my life completely 180 degrees. So, you know, I just know that there's so many people out there that struggle with similar things.
I have always been sort of an independent person, but over the last 3 years, because of some family dynamics, I found myself actually, it hasn't been 3 years, I guess it's been over the last 4 years or so, that I had taken 3 different jobs that were in my field of expertise. But when I looked back at them, I had been unhappy in all 3 of them because I realized in each instance, I had been handed a ton of responsibility, but no real authority to get anything done.
Yeah, so my story is a specific transition that I was going through in my journey, where I thought I had the plan for once I left corporate and what that was going to look like and starting my business and things like that. And something happened and that plan got taken off course. And it's really I really walked through one of the emotions that I felt in that moment, because people want to try to negate your emotions and tell you it ain't what it ain't, it ain't what it is.
Give me a microphone in some form or fashion. I love when I have the opportunity to share a message because I have lived through so much. I have learned so much. And when I can pass that on to collapse time for someone else or make their life a little bit better or give them the hope that, hey, yes, you can do it too, then that's what makes me happy. When someone says that changed my life, that's it, it's a fulfillment. That's just I can't put words.
I have lots of Bible verses, but for this particular book, it was Jeremiah 17:14. Heal me, Lord, and I will be healed. And so just really being able to be restored and healed and just going through the process, because everyone grieves differently, everyone goes through a process differently, and it's just really keeping the word, having your faith, and just just keep pushing through, but also remembering to take a pause and just really start the healing process, because like we always share that we're no good to ourselves, and we can't help others if we're not 100% right with us, right? So just remembering that we have to self-heal in order to be 100% present to help others.